This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Betsy.
Marcy.
Oh, man. I am excited for our guest. I know we say that a lot, but I feel like this is going to be a good, juicy one today.
I do too. They hopped on and they're like, I have so many experiences, and I was like, holy shit, here we go.
A lover of paranormal and horror. We have a DJ and host of the podcast She, Her, They. Welcome to the show, Kittens. Hi.
Hey. Hi.
Hello, welcome.
So psyched to be here.
You know, it's so funny. I was joking about mispronouncing names, and then I pronounced kittens really weird. I said kittens.
It works. It still works.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to talk about all this stuff. I don't get to talk about it enough.
Oh,
yeah. You don't during DJ sessions just scream out your stories.
Yeah, only if the sound cuts out and I start rambling. That's about it.
Right before the drop. You ever have a hag on your chest? Woo!
Pretty much.
Tell us about your DJing and your podcast. How did you get into being one of the coolest people?
Yeah, just being really cool.
Yeah. How does somebody do that?
Honestly, I can thank my introverted social awkwardness for that, because I grew up really loving music and interacting with it in different ways. I was a dancer and everything. But I was always really awkward at in social events. So I'd always go to concerts and listen to music and engage with music, but I was never, and still am not, somebody that just goes to hang out at a party. I'm just not. I get really weird and I'm in a corner and I just get fidgety and it's awkward. But I started DJing because I just loved music and I was like, oh, this is a fun way to nerd out. And then all of a sudden I'm DJing at all the parties, and everyone, it's the biggest scam hack ever. Everyone thinks I'm the most social, loves to party girl. But I'm up there in a little bubble where no one can touch me, no one can talk to me, no one can bother me. I don't have to deal with shit. But I seem
you are the party.
Yeah. You're making you make or break the party. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm actually genuinely not socializing. I'm just up there nerding out and doing my own thing. So it's kind of the best setup. But yeah, so I've been DJing for over 10 years. Wow. And especially actually before the pandemic started, I started this playlist because I'm very engaged in the queer scene. I've been out since I was 15. And so I made this playlist because I saw all these gay playlists basically were the same fucking artists over and over. It was the icons, the Lady Gaga and Cher and Britney Spears, and then you'd have a Sam Smith thrown in, and that was kind of it. And I was like, damn, there's so many incredible LGBTQ women and non-binary people right now, artists in music. There's so fucking many. So I was like, let me just make a playlist just for them, just for that. Cool. And then I realized as the pandemic was, about to start basically, or starting, I was like, a lot of these people happen to actually be close friends of mine. So maybe we just have a chat. Maybe I have them on as guests and we talk about our experience and, obstacles growing up in life and what we still struggle with and identity finding and how that relates to creativity and being an artist and all this stuff. So maybe some kid who's in bumfuck nowhere that is life is hard, I don't know what I'm going to do. They can say they can see, Kehlani or Demi Lovato has struggled with their identity too, or they still struggle. And maybe it'll make them feel a little less like hard on themselves and alone, you know?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's so nice. I bet it makes such a difference for so many people of all ages, I think, hearing people's stories and struggles and being like, oh shit.
Yeah. Also,
okay,
it's so funny, like in like the creative industries to have to seek out like people in the queer community. It's like, well, there are so many. They're just not all like uplifted enough. So like, there's plenty, like especially for creatives. Like this is like a very people are drawn to it especially when you feel like you are an outsider wherever you grew up. So it's like so awesome to like spotlight those people that maybe like, oh, like, yes, everyone knows Sam Smith, but like, yeah, you don't know these other people.
What about all these others?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Totally. And I that was the first season and was just kind of centered around that. And then I was like, there's so many people who are transcending identity expectations in all kinds of different ways that have cool stories. So now I'm kind of expanding outside of just queer women in music because there's only so many that, you know, I could have on. So I was like, okay, let's, you know, what else are people doing that's cool? So I've got people who are actors. I've got like guys who are super, you know, feministy and I guess progressive and tapped into things. And I've got all kinds of people that are just like doing cool shit that's not expected of their identities.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's so rad. Cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
And how long have you been doing your podcast?
It's been kind of a funny process. So I started recording it in 2020.
Okay.
And then I decided that I wanted to do absolutely everything myself, including learning how to edit video. And I got
I don't do video
neurodivergence. I was like, ooh, let me learn how to use Premiere. And then I got sucked into that. And then I got caught up doing all kinds of like audio tweaking and like I learned a whole other program. I do that. I get stuck on things and I obsess. So it didn't come out until a little later, but
it's funny because you're an audio person, so you would care about that. I do the worst editing. I just get it up. We're here to get scared, right? But I remember when I was in
whatever works.
When I was in college, my theater teacher, I like worked in the scene shop and like did lighting and all that stuff, and he was like, "I know just enough about sound to be dangerous, but not enough to do it well." And I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel. Okay. Like I know just enough to fuck it up, but not enough to like make it sound good. So I applaud you for actually like taking the time to like learn it.
Yeah, there's still so much. There's still so much to learn. At some point, you got to just be like, okay, this is good enough. Like, stop tweaking with shit. Just put it out. So I kind of chilled out a little bit.
I won't nerd out, but there are just so many things that can go wrong with audio too. I'm gonna knock on some wood right now.
Constantly.
Oh no!
It's like, you're like,
they really do.
We've done. Didn't we do it? We've done a couple episodes where in the end we weren't recording, right?
Just one, Betsy. We didn't do a couple. We just did one, and I don't want to even tell who it was because I want them to feel like they made it on the air.
Oh God!
And look, sometimes you think a button is pushed and it's not pushed. You know.
I literally have whenever I record with somebody, I have it recording already even before they hop on the chat because I'm like, I don't want to forget. But my first like few episodes that I recorded in 2020, I did it over Zoom. And it was like, I didn't have a good mic. I didn't even have headphones. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing exactly. Right. I thought, oh, it's just going to record. And then I started hearing the echo. And so then I got sucked into learning to edit using this crazy software to try and undo the damage. And it was just a fucking nightmare.
It is a nightmare, especially like in these pandemic times where everything's over Zoom. You're like, I could really ruin my life for at least 12 hours. Yeah. I don't want to sidetrack us too much, but this actually reminded me that I was like looking through emails and a listener sent us an email that is about audio. It's like the shortest thing because normally I want to start by asking you questions, but this feels like perfect timing to bring this up. Okay.
What happened?
So, okay, the title of this email is, and again, this is not how I normally do this, so we're all just rolling with this. The subject line is Ghost Girl EVP ? And it says, "Hi, we are a small true crime / paranormal podcast located in the PWN, that's Pacific Northwest, and we caught what we think is a child's voice answering hi while trying to record / connect with another podcaster. What do y'all think?" And this is from Christine and Kim in Unexplained, Oregon.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna like play it just to see what you guys.
They sent the audio.
They sent the audio.
Wow.
So
hi, can you hear us?
Sorry.
Hear us?
Wait. Let me start over. Okay. All right. We're gonna be quiet and we're gonna listen. In 3, 2, 1.
Hi, can you hear us?
I'll do it again.
Ew.
Let me do it one more time.
Hi, can you hear us?
Ew.
That is such a little kid going, hi.
That made me feel not well.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well,
yeah, that's something. That's a thing.
It sounds like there's a kid in the room with them. Hi.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's kid ran in and was like, "Hey, mommy." Ew.
I'm just gonna do it one more time, just for nasty.
Yeah.
Hi, can you hear us?
Hi.
Ew.
Sick. That is sick.
Okay.
That's fucked up, man.
Unexplained, Oregon. Thank you so much, Christine and Kim, for sending that nasty thing in.
Burn the file, Marcy. Burn it.
Burn the file. I will. I'm going to burn this computer.
God.
So, okay, we're starting at that point.
Wow.
And now,
that's good.
Now, I know people
Starting off strong.
Yeah, have people listened to our podcast and thought maybe they heard something that really was just like me or Betsy, like trying to cover up a burp or a yawn, possibly. So,
yeah, whenever I have to burp, I go, help me.
Same.
Okay, we're going to use that to segue into the question that we ask everyone, which is, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
I mean, what is there not to believe?
Oh,
That's
good
my
answer.
It to me, there's no question.
Yeah.
There's no question that there's other shit out there and other I don't think our energy just evaporates and ceases to exist. You know, I think there's many sides. Yeah.
So and you were saying before we started that ever since you were a kid, you've been into this.
Yeah.
Did you, like when you were
Really
a kid,
young.
did you believe in everything, or you're like, I believe everything?
It was more like I was really drawn to spooky shit as a kid. And I still don't know why. I think maybe it's because I'm nosy and I just like to know things. I don't know. But every time when I was a kid, every week, my mom would take me and my brother to the video store and we'd be able to rent whatever movie we wanted for the week.
Yes.
And I kid you not, I'm like 5 going to the horror section being like, oh, and holding up like Carrie or something. And my mom's like, absolutely not. You're out of your fucking mind. And then eventually I was bugging her so much. And I think I was like 9 and I was like still trying to get the spooky, scary movies. And she's like, all right, you want to see something scary? She got The Exorcist.
Oh,
I watched The fucking Exorcist when I was 9.
She got your ass.
Yeah, that one I was like, okay, and then my insomnia begun. But
yep.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that was really intense. But also just growing up throughout my life, I had so many different stories, and my mom also had some spooky stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think both of us are very like aware and tapped into those types of things. So I don't know if we invite it in or we just pick up on it because we're more sensitive or what. But there's been a lot. There's been a lot.
Whoa. What's one of first
let's
things
get in.
that you what's one of the first weird, unexplainable things that happened?
I think one of the biggest ones that I remember was kind of like a series of things, but my house that I lived in from, I don't know fucking what age until like throughout high school. But that shit was 1000% super duper haunted. There was a lot of weird stuff that happened.
Oh.
So I have so many little memories versus like one ginormous story that I can just throw at you from that whole experience.
Throw them at us.
So I had I lived on, or my room is on the 2nd level, and I would always hear creaking above me. And then I started thinking, this sounds like footsteps. And so I started, and also I know like our mind can play tricks on us, right? So I had to kind of be like, am I tripping? Maybe let me not think about this too much because it's going to start making me spiral. So I would just try to ignore it. And it just kind of kept happening. And then I had, the old stereos that was like there's speakers and then there's a main stereo thing that has like 5 CD options and a cassette player and radio and the whole night.
Nice. Yeah.
Where you had like the chords that ran to it.
The chords. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. So I had that set up basically next to my bed. And there was a series of nights for like weeks where all of a sudden it would turn on full blast on a random radio station. And I would have to turn it off. And when you would turn those on, it would like the radio would turn on and then the CD changer would like spin, like as if it was going to select. But normally the way those things work and most sound equipment works is when you turn it on, it goes to its like last used setting. So if you were listening to a CD, you turn it on and it would be like CD function. Right. It wouldn't go radio if you weren't listening to the radio. And if it did, it would go to the radio station you were listening to. That's not some random static one. So I used to either have like an iPod type of thing plugged in or have a CD situation plugged in. And it started turning on full blast middle of the night to static. And I was like, what the fuck? So the first time I'm thinking, first 2 times maybe, I was like, okay, maybe there's like a power surge or power outage and it's like reset things. But then it just kept happening. And I had already had the like footstep thing happening. And I was like, okay, this is really fucking annoying now. And also I'm trying to sleep,
Yeah.
And I forget who had told me. I have an aunt she's very, very quirky, eccentric. And so she talked to me about like manifesting and spirits and like all this stuff when I was really young. But I remember I was talking to, it was either her or my mom about it or somebody, I forget. But they were like, if there's something spooky happening, you tell it sternly to go away. And that's how you handle it. And I was like, okay. And so this started happening over and over. And I got to the point where I was like, I was freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck? And I would turn it off and it would turn back on multiple times. And so I was like, okay, this is not in my head. This is not a power thing. Like there's something going on. And so then I started just talking to it like I was annoyed. And I was like, can we please not? Like, can you stop? I need to sleep. And it would stop.
Whoa.
And so that was a chunk of things that happened there.
Wow.
Another chunk of things was, so we had this staircase in our house. It was like from the living room, you could see the staircase going up, and then it was a hallway where the bedrooms were. And me and my mom would start seeing this kind of like flashing going up and back, like by the top of the stairs in that hallway. And it's kind of like you would think when a car is passing and maybe headlights come through the window, that kind of thing. But there's no windows up there. It was bedrooms and all the doors are closed. And it was a long hall that's not even near the front of the house. Oh. So we started seeing that and we started being like, have you been seeing that? Like, have you been seeing that going on? So we both started tapping into that happening. And this was probably a few years later. I was like a young, like preteen at this point. We start seeing flashing happening. The stairs, both of us on the last 2 stairs, every time felt like we'd slip. I had fallen twice. My mom had fallen a couple times. I fell and hit my tailbone really hard on the floor.
Oh.
And it's not like we're running in socks or something. It's just like going downstairs. And the last step, you fall and eat shit. It was just weird. But then my mom got sick and she got really ill at one point. And I think it was in like 7th or 8th grade. She got really sick. And this kind of made stuff get a lot weirder. It amplified really fast in my like 8th grade time period between me and also my best friend. That her house was a fucking different story. And I thought I was an exorcist for some reason.
But I know why.
Saw it when you were 9.
I thought I knew how to clear spirits for some reason. So at my house, my mom, the 2 nights in a row, she had asked us, not 2 nights in a row, but like 2 nights close together, she had asked. One, she was like, did you crawl into bed with me last night for a little bit?
Ew.
Oh no.
Disgusting.
Oh no.
Because I would when I was little. I would like, but I'm like, no. She's like, oh, I like, I thought I felt like a hug at some point in the night, but I was kind of half asleep. And then another time, she's like, okay, I think my mom's spirit is here. Because she's like, my mom was really sick. She was kind of recovering after a really messed up botched surgery where she almost died.
Oh my God.
And she said she felt the pressure of like a knee, like somebody getting into the bed and holding her again. And she said but it felt comforting. She felt like comforted and safe. So she's like, I know it's my mom. And which is so sweet. And then another time, shortly after, in the same chunk of time period, Lauren, did you take a shower in the middle of the night? And I was like, no. The fucking shower. So my mom's bedroom is one end of the hall. Mine's the other one. My brother's is right next to me. And there's a bathroom in the middle. The shower was turned on and the light was turned on.
What?
And this is the same house where the radio was waking you up. This house
Had some shit.
had
Yeah.
some shit.
Oh.
And then another time downstairs, we had like in our little living room, because my mom's also a big music nerd. And so she had this huge, all her records and sound system and this and that. And the record player was connected to this other sound system with like an RCA cord. But if you wanted to play the record player, you had to plug it in. So the power cord had to be plugged in, and all the things had to be plugged in. There was 2 times. One time I was home alone. The other time my mom was there. And it's so weird thinking back about these because I'm like, fuck, did that happen? Or am I imagining this? Because it was so bizarre. But one time, sound is same thing that happened in my bedroom. Downstairs, sound blasting loud, random station. And I was like, what the fuck? So I go and turn it off. And then another time, the record player is on and spinning.
What?
And so me and my mom were like, nope, absolutely the fuck not. So we like went outside because we were both freaked out. And it was just like, had no idea what was going on. And we kind of chalked it up to like, okay, maybe it is maybe it's my grandma, maybe it's my mom's mom just trying to show like, hey, I'm here, and it's hard to get through because it didn't feel like a threatening one, even though it was scary,
Right.
It was really fucking scary.
I mean, at least it loved music like you do.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate the effort there. But so this comes together because that was happening to me. And parallel to that happening at my house, my best friend at the time, her house was fucking spooky as shit.
Where did you grow up, by the way?
I grew up in Diamond Bar. It's like 30 minutes outside of LA in the suburbs.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if it was like some like, I don't know, like historically haunted, like
no suburbs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm like, we must have been, I don't know. But my friend's house, which wasn't too far from me, there was like weird things happening that I noticed a couple of times, but then she started telling me stuff and I was like, whoa, bro, what the fuck? So I slept over there and I woke up in the middle of the night once and her TV was like, she had a TV in her bedroom, but the bedroom's totally blacked out, we're sleeping, but it looked like the reflection of a light bulb in the TV. Like as if there was a bright light bulb in front of the TV and it was reflecting it. It was like that. And I thought maybe my eyes, I just, I woke up in the middle of the night, but I blinked multiple times and it was just still there. No idea what that was.
Whoa.
Ew.
But then my friend started telling me stuff that was happening at her house. And then that followed by a few weeks later, her calling me, crying, locked in the bathroom.
What?
So she started feeling touching on her neck, her hair, something moving her hair. And she was thinking maybe it was like her grandfather or something, but she was getting obviously rightfully freaked out by it.
Of course. And Grandpa, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
No.
that.
Don't do that.
Also, I don't think for a second that he'd be doing that. You know, like
No, weird.
Right,
Don't fucking
that's
do
true.
that.
That's true. No.
So she started having that happening. And then she said multiple times she would wake up because she would hear singing in the hallway.
Yeah.
and
And
these
I was
musical. Love
Why? Why is everyone so fucking musical? And I love spooky paranormal shit, but I'm also like a bit of a skeptic. I'm not just like anything, oh, it's a spirit. But like,
Yes.
you know, I was like, maybe she's tripping. Maybe it was, you know, her grandma was playing a radio and the other, you know. But it started happening multiple times. And then one time she felt the touching and she heard the singing shortly after. And she got so scared because she was home alone that she ran and locked herself in the bathroom and called me crying. And she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, she was just fucking terrified. So for some reason, I was like, I got it. I'll come over. I'll clear the spirits out of here. My 8th grader self who got why. I didn't know anything.
That's such an 8th grade move, too, to be like, I know what to do. I know what to do.
I was like, I got it naturally. I just naturally know.
Betsy, if you could imagine exactly how I was.
I bet that was you to a T in 8th grade. But you were probably thinking everything was ghosts.
Or a burglar, and I was still
Or a
ready.
burglar.
I was ready to confront either. So
Ready for all. So eventually I go over her house. And mind you, I'm not religious whatsoever. But she was super duper Mormon.
Okay.
But, you know, I didn't care about anything here nor there. But I was like, all I know is like, you get the Bible involved. Like with this stuff, I'm like, let's get a Bible. Let's get a Bible going.
look,
like,
it
we'll be good.
fucking works for some reason.
Yeah, if you say Jesus Christ a bunch, they don't like it.
yeah,
I don't know. So my plan was we sat there and like pseudo meditated. And I was like, let's get the Bible and we'll let it fall open to a random page.
Oof, I love
and,
it.
and then I'll read whatever that stands out to me from that page. And so I did that. And I was like, I'm drawing a door on the wall and this, you have to leave.
Rules.
So I did this whole thing. I don't know if it worked, but she never complained about shit after.
I think you might be onto something, though.
I think I did something.
I think you're an exorcist.
I think I did something. So that happened.
It just seems like intuitively, though, you did know kind of what to do. Also, I just had an idea of why it does work to bring out the Bible. Because you're probably dealing with ghosts that grew up in Christianity.
Probably.
In it? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. That's a really good point, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good
Because
point.
it's very rare that it's like a demon or something. From what I understand from like when we've had psychics on the show and stuff that like and mediums that like it's very rare to really come into like demon, you know, stuff. But some punk ghost who's like, well, I don't want Jesus to be bad.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like, okay, I'll leave. Jeez.
Yeah.
So I had that. I alleged, I don't know. I think we kicked that out. But then I had to deal with my house. And so I was like
emboldened by your success.
my clear calling to navigating the spiritual realm. I was like, all right, come over. And I was like, why don't we do a seance? And then we can ask if it's my grandmother that's here and if that was your grandfather that was fucking with you. Just so we know. Let's get some answers here. Stupid.
I was like, you really went for it. You really did
You
the thing.
truly did.
I don't know where I was getting this from because I still, at this point, I wasn't watching scary shit because my mom wouldn't let me really. Like, she let me do The Exorcist, but like after that, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. So I don't know where I pulled this stuff from, to be completely honest.
Intuition.
Yeah. So we're at my house and I'm like, all right, let's light some candles. We'll turn the lights off. And like, I had a really, like my doorway, there was a little hallway before you got into my room, like a mini hall. So I was like, let's turn off all the lights, light some candles. We'll sit there so our backs are both up against the wall and we can like hold hands and stare at each other's face in the dark. Stupid. Why?
It'll be fine. No one will get scared and cry. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of like doing our thing and, speaking out loud of, grandma, if it's you or whatever. And so I think this was shortly after The Ring came out.
Oh, yeah.
Which this part isn't scary exactly, but it just, we're talking and I'm like, grandma, if it's you, can you let me know? But in a way that's not going to scare me. I'm like, don't pop up. Please don't pop up. But like maybe when I close my eyes, I see rings of light or something. And so I'll know it's you.
Yes.
And so that was my thing. And then all of a sudden, one of the candles, the flame got all crazy. And I'm like, oh shit. I jump up and then I realized the candle had like melted down completely. Like it was like in a puddle, but the flame was really high.
Whoa.
Something could have been catching on fire. I don't know. But I was like, all right, that's enough. Blew the candles out, turned the lights on. We're sitting on my bed, just like debriefing basically. And then I remember this like it was fucking yesterday. I was starting to like blink a little. And like, when you're seeing like little, I don't know, like your eyes are kind of, it's like glittery or something. So I'm like, oh, maybe I did something because I turned the lights on so fast. But I swear to you, I was seeing little like bits. And I look up and I had this, I had like a light, like a ceiling fan in my room. And I look up and I see my fucking grandmother. Clear. And she's just like, she was up higher, but she was just, it was like she was standing there, but like, floating, I guess.
Whoa.
And she had her hands in front of her and she was just, she had like a warm smile and was just blinking. And as soon as I like processed what I was looking at, I burst into tears and like jumped in my friend's arms and was like, oh my God. Like, fucking freaking the fuck out.
Wow.
But it was like, no question.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even trying to look at anything. And it was so clear that it just popped up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, grandma.
I know. I was like, hey girl, okay, can we stop scaring me though?
Okay, let's stop it then.
But and then one more that I'm going to tie into like all of this. Sorry, I'm just like giving you all these little chunks.
This is
what we
what
desperately want. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a ton. So another thing that has been happening in my life ever since I can remember, I was maybe like 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. And I still like, there's no medical answer for this. I have gone to doctors. I've tried to figure it out forever because it's fucking annoying. At least once, sometimes twice a year, I will wake up in the middle of the night at 2:30, 3 o'clock. And it's like electricity back spasms. It feels like someone plugged an electrical cord into my spine.
Wow.
And anytime I do any sort of movement, even just like a tiny turn, it feels like electricity going through all of my muscles, like a cold chill spasm twitch.
Whoa.
It's so uncomfortable. And then I start having like sweats, but I'm cold. And it's just the most bizarre sensation. And I won't be able to sleep. I've tried medicating every fucking way. I've got, serious painkillers. I've tried having, an edible of all sorts.
Yeah.
I've tried muscle relaxers. I've tried sleeping pills. Nothing does anything. I've tried hot showers. I've tried walking around. I've tried different positions, stretching. Nothing will do anything. And I will be up. And it happens from 2:33 in the morning until the sun comes up every time.
That's long?
And then once the sun comes up, it's usually, or like around 7 maybe, that's when it winds down and I can sleep.
Wow.
What
and
the
whole next day, my body just feels absolutely exhausted.
Oh.
And then that's it. And that it's just next night, everything's fine. And there's been no common denominator. I've been keeping a log for so long.
So smart though. Yeah.
Is it what was the date? What did I eat? Did I have my period? Was I PMSing? Was I feeling sick? Did I have a really stressful day? Like there's no fucking correlation whatsoever.
And doctors, do they even have any like possible theories of what it could be? Like, are they like, it could be a pinched nerve or...
So I've gone to chiropractors and I've gone to other doctors. I've done like x-rays and stuff. There's nothing showing anything there. We can't recreate the sensation at all. And because I'm not like actively experiencing it when I go to the doctors, because I don't know when it's going to happen and it's gone by morning, there's no way to like throw me in an MRI and see what's happening. It's gone. So
weird.
Still, this happens all the time. But maybe 2 years ago, one of my friends texted me, and it was like the morning after this thing happened. And she's like, oh, how are you doing? Catching up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't sleep last night. I feel like shit, like blah, blah, blah happened. And I was just kind of telling her about it because it's just something that's part of my life.
Right.
And so I'm explaining it to her, and she's like, that's a really weird time for that to be happening. Mm-hmm. She's like, it sounds kind of like spiritual, like maybe there's something going on. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? But just because it had been happening, and I assumed it was some weird, like my body is just like medical. So I don't know.
Of course.
But I was like,
better to assume that it's something like, if it is medical, that you can try to address. Better to assume that than, oh, I'm just opening up my chakras to the other side.
Right. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, that's true. That could totally be a thing. So I have a lot of friends who are, witchy and psychics and mediums.
Cool.
So I hit up one of my good friends and I was like, yo, this thing has been happening and I don't know what the fuck it is. And it's driving me absolutely nuts. Do you have any way? I'm like, can you tap into my body or my home or something? I'm like, please, maybe there's an answer because doctors don't know. And I'm thinking, sometimes psychics can be like, oh, like there's something going on. I can tell in this part of your body. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I guess maybe there's an answer. So my friend goes, she's like, okay, let's like do, we'll do a proper reading and like tap in and whatever. So I do it. And she's like, it's your great grandmother who's Persian. She doesn't speak English. She's from Iran. And she's able to like relay this, which I don't know how that works. I'm like, do ghosts have language barriers? I don't know. But basically, and I know this is accurate because I called my dad crying after and he was like, whoa, fuck. And my dad is like, he's a professor. He's an engineer science guy that like is not into anything that you can't prove.
Yeah.
And so he got emotional when I told him this. So she says, I think this is your great grandmother because my grandmother at the time was alive. So it was her mom. And she says, she's been trying to communicate because you're the only one that's open and she doesn't want to be forgotten.
Oh my, I got
chills.
Oh.
So she's like, she doesn't want to be forgotten and you're the only one that's like, that she can get, tap into somehow. And so that was her way of trying to get your attention.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, she was literally talking to me like she was speaking to her this whole time. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I was like, okay, well, can you tell her to not do it like that? Like,
yeah.
Is there any other? So I was like, okay, well, I'll definitely like make more of an effort to understand her story and like carry on about her and all that. And I'm like, is there anything I can do? And she's like, she really likes jasmine, the scent of jasmine. So if you can get some jasmine incense or anything, she'll really love that. And I was like, okay. So I call my dad and I'm like, he knows about this thing that's been happening to me forever. And I was like, well, on my back and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I talked to my friend and she said it's Mother June, his grandma. And I was like, yeah, she said, blah, blah, blah. And she said something about jasmine, that she really liked jasmine. He said, oh my God, she would put jasmine flowers. She would stuff them in her shirt. So she always smelled like jasmine.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
So he was like, he got emotional and was like, oh, okay, this is a thing. So I asked him to just tell me some more stories about her because I only knew basic stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like just asking for more stories. And now I have like a little mini altar for her in my room. And I light little candles for her. And yeah.
That's so nice. And has the back stuff stopped?
I think I had it really subtly maybe once.
Okay.
So,
Grandma, smell that jasmine. Come on.
but that one really was
Wow.
like,
That's
such a trip.
well, especially ongoing and being like seeming like it's a medical mystery or like yeah. Also, how
No answers.
specific
And the
to
specific.
to specifically stuff Jasmine in your shirt. Like that is that's
she's
not a
from
thing that you're going to hear a lot of people doing, right?
Yeah. And it's like my friend who was telling me this, she's like, she has no idea about like Persian culture. And my great grandmother is from Iran.
Yeah.
And like jasmine is a very popular scent there, like in general. It's just very much part of the culture. And she was, super duper old. So
Yeah.
it was more of a just she wanted to smell nice. So she would put little flowers in her shirt.
Oh.
I love it too. It's like those little satchels people put in their like their like underwear drawers, so like the little sachets or what is it called? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Little like
Yeah.
potpourri pocket thing.
Yeah,
or whatever.
put it right in your
Yeah.
bra.
Honestly, that's pretty smart. I might try that.
I know.
Squish
Smell
them
real
in,
fresh.
squish them in them tits, Betsy.
Just shove 'em in there. Jasmine and sweat.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Oh man, it's so wild how like throughout your family there's so much connection. Even for like your dad who doesn't necessarily like go to that instinctively, but that it's still coming from his side of the family and stuff. Like that's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really fascinating. And like I've had scary things happen here a few times in my place that I live in now that were not pleasant ones.
Whoa.
That I had to have somebody like actually properly clear because I was like,
Oh,
this
no.
doesn't feel right.
Wait, what happened?
Are you comfortable talking about
Oh,
it, or
yeah.
do you not? Okay.
Yeah. But I went
The painting falls off the wall from behind you. I'm like, nah, that's not.
No, I literally I cleanse my house every single day now. Morning, first thing I do is I open all the
Wow.
windows and I like burn something and I have my Florida water and I spray everything down. I'm like not playing those games.
We're very into
But-
Florida water over here on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm like let's
It's
cover all our bases.
You're not gonna like eradicate Florida water from the earth because it is manufactured somewhere, so
Sorry.
you don't have to worry about that. Also, black cats are supposed to be protecting, like they're supposed to protect your house.
Yeah,
So
and
what the fuck, guys?
well, so that's the thing. My black cat, he actually got really sick for a while, and I was like, "What if somebody's doing something?" It turned out to just be severe allergies.
Oh.
But I was like, "Oh my god, what if his senses are
Mother
down?"
Nature.
Yeah. But this one, what happened was I think this was 2017. Yeah, it was like early 2017. I toured China, Hong Kong, Indonesia as a DJ.
That is so cool.
Whoa, that's so
Super fun.
cool.
Super fun. I went alone, which was not the best idea.
Wow.
I was like, let's save some money and not pay for a tour manager to come. I can do this by myself. Don't do that. But wouldn't recommend. But I came home and for a good week, almost a good week after, I started having some weird fucking shit happen every night when I would turn the lights out. So I was jet lagged as hell and I was having trouble sleeping in general. So again, I'm trying to rationalize things before I jump to conclusions.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just like exhausted and out of it. But every time, the second I would turn the lights out, I would get there's something in here panic feeling.
Ew.
You know?
Oh,
I know it. I know that feeling. Yes,
You
yes,
know?
yes.
Ew.
And I'm not a normal scared of the dark kind of girl. Like I'm fine. I can turn the lights on and go to sleep. But if I feel something, we're leaving the fucking lights on. You know the difference between those feelings. You know when you feel something there.
Yeah.
And it was like the second I would turn the lights out, I would get panicked and I would have to turn them back on. Or another night, second I turn the lights on, I would like see some weird shit in my as if I was just seeing something not good. It wasn't like I could put a face to it or like I can't describe it, but it just felt like I was closing my eyes and seeing something weird. Like not my usual, I'm about to go to sleep. So I was like, okay, that's not cool. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then I started just kind of like, okay, let me calm myself down and like maybe put on some rain sounds or whatever. And so finally, I'll turn the lights down as like dim as humanly possible or turn them out. I want to say it was 2 or 3 nights in a row. It might have just been 2. So I have a sliding glass door by my bed. And like when I'd sleep on my side, I'd be facing the door. I open my eyes and I see like a shadowy something. And I'm like, okay. Oof. I don't like that. I don't know what that is.
Fair.
But I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Not for me.
No.
Over those next like 2 nights, I see that. Again, I don't remember like how many times I woke up. But in the span of these couple days, I saw somebody hanging from my corner.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Hanging from the corner. Again, I fucking throw the lights on because I'm like, what the fuck?
Like by noose?
Mm-hmm. Which that makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite thing to see ever. Like and also so many shows and movies show people hanging by noose very casually.
Yes.
Which I don't know why. Like, why is that in Disney movies? I don't know. But I see that. And then I see a fucking little boy in my doorway.
In your
my
doorway?
And I was like,
what?
Do you keep your door
And I'm
open
like,
at night or?
Not anymore.
Oh
The
yeah.
fuck?
I literally
did, though.
I lock my door at night because I do live alone, but so I want a couple extra seconds if someone's going to come in. So I literally lock my door at night.
I have 3 cats, so I'm like, I can't close the door because then they can't get in and out. And so now I have a door stop, so there's just enough room for them to get in, but the door isn't open where I can see.
Right.
But I was like, that's enough. If it's either my mind playing tricks on me or some shit is here. Either way, I don't like it.
Yeah, either way, stop that.
Either way, leave me alone.
Yeah.
No one invited you here. So,
whoa.
So I hit up one of my old friends who her stories are fucking nuts. But I hit her up the next day and she does Reiki and like she's very like tapped in spiritually and she was like a light worker and all that stuff. So over the years, I could call her and be like, hey, something feels a little weird. And she'd be like, all right, don't move. Let me just like scan the area remotely. And I'm like, I don't know how that works, but it works.
Whoa.
So I FaceTimed her and I was like, there's something and I'm scared and I don't like it.
Oh.
And so she's like, hold on, let me just like, just sit still and like just be quiet and I'll kind of try to tap into you. And I didn't give her details. I was just like, I think there might be something here. Do you feel anything?
Yeah.
And she's like, something came back with you from China. And so she's like, it's okay though. She's like, something just came back with you. That stuff's really common there. Just let me clear the space. And then I'm going to give you some stuff that you need to do every night for the next week.
Oh my God. What?
But that night, I slept fine. After that, everything felt fine.
Wow.
Maybe it was giving me some sort of comfort and my mind tricks weren't happening.
Yeah.
Or maybe there really was some shit that came back with me and she got rid of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I have like a whole like visual meditation thing I do to make sure there is no dark corner energetically in the house. Cause it just, that freaked me out.
The hanging man?
so
Fuck
scary.
that.
I don't like that.
And then a nasty little kid to boot.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
on.
Why are little kids so creepy?
They're awful.
Also-
they're awful.
I need someone to explain why. Why is it more common for something to tag along? Like,
I don't
why?
know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, that it
know.
happens a lot. Like, why? Why?
I don't know. There was one, I think it was either Japanese or Korean horror film that I saw. And it was this ghost of this girl. I forget if the guy, I think a boyfriend killed his girlfriend or something. I don't fully remember. But his back was really hurting a lot. And he was like having all this pain. And then you realize it's because his girlfriend's ghost was hanging on his back this whole time. She would just beach, chilling there. And I was like, ew, that's so ugly. I hate it. I hate that.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
But then I was like, did they come back with me like that? Or like, did they get a seat on the plane? Like, how does that work? How do they travel? I don't know.
They were in the like overhead compartment. They're fine. They're fine with it. They're cool with it.
They fly under the plane, with all the luggage.
Yeah. That's so
yuck.
I'm so glad that it stopped quickly. Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
That, like, you even maybe just recognizing it or for what it was enough.
It pays to have friends who dabble in spirituality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Ew.
I'm so curious.
Your whole life has been like a horror movie.
Yeah, I've got way more too, because that girl that cleared the space, her stories are heinous. But I feel like I'm just throwing like a bunch of random fragmented
that's
stories.
what we love,
It's
though.
amazing.
What's like the most heinous one of hers?
When she told me this thing that happened, I felt literally sick, and I was like, "Get to a church, get to a church, please."
Oh no! Okay. Uh-oh.
So, she had been my friend since we were 15, and we talk about spooky shit, whatever. But she started seeing like scary spirit things, and she told me about it. And she's like, "Am I like going crazy? Because I keep seeing these, and they're really like upsetting visuals."
Oh.
And she's like, "I don't know what to do," and I'm like, "They're They're scary, like, and it feels just dark and sad and just yucky." And I was like, "Oh, that's fucked up. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then shortly after this started, she had been living or like staying at her girlfriend's house. And she would sleep over this girl's house, and it was like her family was there. And I guess their house had some spiritual activity happening. And so she had woken up a couple of nights and seen like shadow figures moving and weird bits like that, which spooky, don't like it, but whatever, it fucking happens. But then there was this one night where her girlfriend apparently woke her up because she was growling in her sleep. And I was like, and she was growling in her sleep apparently. And
growling?
And she that's what she said. She's like, "What do you mean growling?" Like, and so she was trying to like be like, "Well, did it sound like this?" Like recreate. She couldn't recreate the sound.
Oh, nasty.
I know. And I was like, "What?" So she tells me like something's been happening and I don't know what to do. And so she tells me the growling. She's like, "I've been seeing shadow people at her house. I woke up growling, apparently." And then she said, "But the other night, something really fucked up happened. I woke up on the floor with my hands covered in dirt."
Oh my god!
I know,
werewolf stuff.
Absolutely.
And so she like walked around the neighborhood trying to be like, "What did I kill somebody? Did I dig something up? Like, what happened?
That's some fucking Yellow Jacket shit."
I know, literally. Oh my god, accurate. Exactly. When that came on, because my girlfriend knows that story, I was like, "It was like that. It's like that." It was totally one of those things.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So I was like, "That's ugly, and we don't like that."
That is ugly, and we don't like that.
That's nasty.
Whoa.
So she's like, she tells me, she's like, "I don't know what to do. Like, am I going crazy? Do you think I'm going crazy? Should I like be on some kind of medication, or like, what do you think's I don't know what to do." And I was like, "You got to hit all the angles, babe. Hit them all." I'm like, "Go to the doctor, find a church, go to, she was half white and half Cambodian. So her Cambodian side was Buddhist or like had a family monk or something. So I was like, hit up the monk, hit up the fucking church, hit up the doctors. Let's get it all." I was like, "It's gonna be fine. We gotta cover
Triangulate." Yes.
So allegedly, this part is alleged, and I have to clear this because now looking back, I'm like, this could have been bullshit. Because it sounds so crazy, but this is what she said happened at the time. So apparently she goes to the monk, the family monk, and is like, these things have been happening. I've been seeing things and it's really like upsetting, blah, blah, blah. And apparently he says, I've been waiting for you to come to me about this because I guess something is in her family line of like people being more, I don't know, open to this kind of stuff. And he tells her that she has a gift to help, like, I guess, negative spirits move on.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why she's able to see them.
Whoa.
And so they did this whole like ancient coining ritual where they got a coin and like drew armor on her. You know, when you rub a coin, it gives you like a hickey. They did some shit like that, I guess.
Ow. All over.
Drew armor on her, like some little ritual thing. And ever since then, she was just like, I got it. I can get rid of shit. And so that's why when I would call her and I'm like, is there something spooky here? Can you tell us to leave, please? Thank you. Like,
well, I mean, it doesn't seem like bullshit if it's like if it works for you when you know, so.
Yeah. I'm like, the story was so I'm like, what? That sounds like a movie, but like, could I watch? Like, why wasn't I there for the ritual?
Yeah. I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to this day, the growling and the ground digging, I was like, something was trying to possess you 1000%.
That's
like
scary.
That is fucked up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like, even if it ended up being sleepwalking,
That's
or so, like to
terrifying.
that extent is so scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Imagine too, like the person you're sleeping next to is doing that shit. Like, no.
No,
I'd be out.
way.
I'd be out. I'd be like, love you, bye.
Dirt in the bed, I
No.
would be so mad. Growling, I'd be like, whatever. But dirt in the bed, I would be like, you're out of here forever.
You'd put up with
so
growling?
gross.
You'd put up with like demon growls? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't. No way.
Instead of rain sounds, it just like lulls you to sleep.
You could convince yourself that it's fine, but the dirt, no. I couldn't get on
Dirt,
board.
no way. Nasty.
Not happening.
Wow.
These stories are incredible. Oh my God. You're right. We could talk to you for hours.
I'm sorry. I've
No.
got too many.
No,
I
it's
love
exactly
it.
what we want.
Oh my
It's
God.
perfect.
Whoa. Would you have time to listen to one of our listeners' stories?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to pull one up right now.
Yeah, that is nuts.
This is my brief interaction with a ghost. So, when I was 12 years old, it was my third year going to a place called Camp Weed in Live Oak, Florida. And I was staying in cabin 2. And to describe how these cabins are laid out, it's very open. When you walk in from the deck, you're in a common area. And if you immediately look to your right, you can see straight through to the back of the cabin. Now, when you walk past, say, the bathroom, towards the end, there are 4 cubicles, 2 on your left, 2 on your right, and each have a pair of bunk beds. So 16 people can sleep in these cabins. And I was all the way to the back in the back left cubicle on the top right bunk. So I was in the far back corner of this cabin. And my entire life I've been a very, very deep sleeper. I'm not the person who wakes up at night. Never have been. And for whatever reason on this particular night, I woke up just in the middle of the night. And I mean, something felt strange. But so I remember looking like to the entrance of the cubicle, because if you're standing there, you know, you can see all, you know, the bunks there. And there's this kid standing there. He appeared to be about 9 years old. And he was staring at the kid that was sleeping in the bunk below me. And he had a very faint, pale blue hue to him. He wasn't glowing per se, but just a faint hue to where it was apparent this was not a kid who was alive. And he was just staring at this kid below me. And I looked at him, I said, what are you doing? And he didn't not say anything. He very slowly, very creepy, raised his head and looked at me. And we locked eyes for a few seconds. I said, "Who are you?" He stared at me for probably the longest 5 seconds of my life. And then he very slowly turned around and started walking away. And so I jumped down out of my bunk, and remember, you can see through the whole cabin now. So I stuck my head out of the cubicle and looked towards the door, and you can't see the door. The door would be on the left side of that common room. And I saw him walk out the door. And these doors are supposed to be locked. And as far as I know, it was locked when I went to sleep because, the counselor's there. So anyways, I saw him go out the door, and I walked through the cabin. I mean, it's probably, 20 yards from one side to the other. And the screen door was shut, but the big door was open, like wide open, not unlocked, wide open. And I walked out on the deck and down to the bottom of the ramp and looked around, and I never saw him again. He never spoke to me. And I continued going to that summer camp for the next 6 years. Never had another encounter. But anyways, that's my story. My sister suggested that I share it with you all. And so you transcribe however you would like. And I know it would tickle her pink to hear it. My name is Clayton. I will, put this in an email. So... yeah, that's that.
Wow.
God bless Clayton.
Clayton. Oh my God. That's incredible. I mean, I got chills listening to that story.
I did too.
It's always the kids. Like, why is the ghost children? No.
Too scary. It felt like the little ghost kid was like looking at his bunk and being like, "What the fuck, man? Who's sleeping in my bed?"
Yeah. Also, isn't like the most I bet one of the most common phrases uttered in the middle of the night is, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yes.
What are you doing?
Absolutely. What are you doing?
I've seen people, or like my friend Rebecca, if she's listening. Hi, Rebecca. Like when we were kids and would have sleepovers, like I would wake up with like her fingers in my mouth or something, or like she would be like laying on top of me, like over my lap or something. Like, what are you doing? I've definitely said to her dozens of times. But like that idea of like just someone doing something weird and your brain isn't fully online anyway. So you're like, what?
Yeah, so you're just kind of like, what are you doing?
What is this?
What's going on? Whoa.
Clayton. Oh my God.
Haunted camp.
Yeah,
man.
Look,
That's a whole other ball game.
if I'm going to live any life that is one part of it is haunted, I'd prefer to be at camp than anywhere else.
Really?
Because you can go away. You can leave. It's not your camp.
Yeah, but it can come with you. It can come with you.
That.
That's why I said I prefer to be at camp. I don't want to. If I'm making my wishes, my druthers here.
God. I don't know, anything that's like a cabin or a camp or a forest setting. Just like it freaks me out a little bit more. I just watched the new Evil Dead movie too, which like
I did too. It ruled.
It looks so scary.
I feel
It's
like
blessed.
the 2013 one was scarier to me, but yeah.
See, and to me, the 2013 one was not as fun as
Not as
this one.
fun, but just a little bit darker.
Yes, way darker. Which I think I was kind of like, oh, want it to be like, kind of want it to be a little goofy.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
like that isolation, I think,
Absolutely.
is so.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the actual scary part is like
Yeah.
something's going to happen and no one's going to help. I won't be able to, like, there's nothing, no one's going to come to save me. Like there's nothing anyone can do.
Nobody can
Like,
hear me. They can't run away. No.
Especially a bunch of kids, just a bunch of kids who can only make the situation worse. There's no one like they don't have Kitten and I there to like get on to get everyone in line and
to clear them out of the space.
It also makes sense of like, imagine that energy that all those kids are just pushing out into the world of camp.
Yes.
That it's gotta be brewing up some nasty stuff.
No, it makes me feel very yucky.
Yeah, I got like nasty little chills. Not every story like will give me actual chills. Like it's like watching, car crashes all day. Like I'm a little desensitized to spooky stories, but that one actually did make me feel disgusting.
Yeah. A lot of these made me feel pretty nasty today.
Oh, absolutely. A bunch of bad feelings in my gut right now.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yes, that's what we came for.
Yes. We want to feel so bad we have to take a probiotic. And I got to.
I gotta.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. This has been so great talking to you, Kitten.
Yeah, thank you
for
so
having me.
much.
Tell our listeners where to find you and all the cool shit you're doing.
I'm on all the social medias, so anywhere at I am Kittens, so Kittens, baby cats, and she her they is my podcast. So we're on Instagram at she her they, and I'm going to be DJing all around, so stay tuned for dates. Maybe I'll be in your city and we can have a spooky story exchange in person. Who knows?
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Are you playing LA? Are you in LA? And are you playing LA at any time soon?
Yeah, I think I'm playing in June. I think I'm doing LA in June.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you
Fun.
guys have to come.
I would love to. Yes, let's do it.
Okay, we'll be there.
This is so fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. This was great.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.